Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. That is Iconic Eunice. If you're new to this channel, my name is Eunice and I want to say welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, then you already know how I feel about you. You're the real MVP, the HBIC, the Iconic group at that. Okay, I am so excited to have you guys with me again today. We are doing another sit down video. I just don't have much going on in my life right now for me to be vlogging like that, and I don't want to be repetitive with the vlogs. So I'm going to be doing a few sit down videos over the span of now until something else comes up in life that's worth recording and talking about. Today we're here to actually film a makeup tutorial. This is going to be like my everyday no makeup tutorial. Nobody asked, but I have some free time on my hand and I was like, why not do something so cute and so fun? And maybe it will cause me to get out the house and run some errands. I don't know, but let's get into the video and let's see. We're going to actually start with the brows, and I'm going to talk to you guys about the brows because that is one of my toughest thing to do when I'm doing makeup is my brows. So let's get into it. Alright, so I'm going to come close so you guys can see when I'm doing the brow. I don't want to move my camera too much, but like I said, I am going to be looking at my mirror just because it's going to be easier for me to see it in real time, in real life, what's happening. You need this. And you need an eyebrow. I get the ones that have two in them because it's easier that way. So I get the ones that have the pencil and then the ones that have the liquid in them as well. So this is a 2-in-1. So for the brows, what you want to do is you want to shape them, or at least this is how I do mine. Okay, and I'm not a guru, so that's why it's going to be good for you to learn from me. So I always just go in and shape my eyebrows first and just boom, get it all set and shaped. Whenever I'm doing my makeup, I always do my eyes first because, like I've always said in any of my get ready with me videos, if I make a mistake on the eyes, I can fix it with like my skin tints on my concealer or my foundation going forward. So once I've shaped my brows, I'm going to take my pencil part of my eyebrow, what do you call this? My eyebrow kit. And I'm going to just get my pencil and I'm going to follow the shape of my eyebrow to fill it in. I fill it in. When you're doing a natural hair, when you're doing natural makeup, you want to go with the natural shape of your eyebrows. So instead of like drawing it on, I'm going to fill it in. Alright, as you can see, it looks much fuller than it was. And you want to get for a natural look, you want to get an eyebrow thing that's going to be closest to your eyebrow shade, unless you're going for something fun, then you want to do something a little bit more out of the way. But as you can see, it's a little bit more filled in, following the shape of my eyebrow. So then I'm going to take my spoolie again and I'm just going to brush it so I can get those like authentic hair strokes. So I'm gonna doop boop boop for the strokes. Do the same thing over here. And you want to brush up. So I'm brushing up. And when you brush up, you want to take the end of it and just push it back down to give it a shape. And then do the same thing again. This, what I've noticed is that this kind of helps the eyebrow look the most natural. So yeah. Let me turn on the lights. I thought I could do it without lights, but I need lights. Alright, I turned on lights. It's fluorescent, so bear with me. So yeah, so this is what it's giving right now. Okay, this is the first step, and I'm not doing too much to it because I wanted to do natural, because this is a no makeup look. So, and when you're natural, everything is not going to be super duper perfect. So then I'm going to take the other side, which is like the brow gel part, not the brow gel, like the liquid part of the brow kit, and I'm going to just do small strokes. This also helps fill in the brows. Do small strokes, and then once again just draw this down, draw this down, and that's my brow. Okay, the next step of the brow is, after you've done that, you want to get a concealer. And my spoolie has both ends. He has the concealer end, and then you have the shaper part of the spoolie. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a concealer. You can do it with a warm tone concealer or a cool tone concealer. It's gonna get covered up by your skin tints or your foundation or whatever. If you're not using any of those things and you're just using concealer on your face for a no makeup look, then you kind of want to just use the concealer shade that you're going to use on your skin with this. But if you're going to use another product that has a darker shade or whatever, then you want to use it doesn't matter what concealer you use, you can cover it up. So I'm going to just go in and shape it. What I've noticed is this just highlights the shape of your eyebrow and help you fix any issues that the eyebrows may have that you couldn't fill in properly, especially with shape. So it's going to help you shape it better. And then you go to the bottom and you do the same thing. Okay, just be careful not to like mess up all your hard work. When you finish this part, you're probably gonna be like, I look crazy. Because I always feel that way when I finish doing my concealer and my eyebrows until the entire makeup look comes together. I'm like, oh, it's not so bad. So you're probably gonna feel a little crazy. But just trust the process, okay? So you see, now I have a clear shape. Do the same thing over here. Draw my concealer on at the top and at the bottom. So then you get like I use these small beauty blenders. You get like one of them and you just use any of your setting sprays. Spray that and just go over the same concealer area. Be careful so you don't mess up your eyebrow hard work. Just make it blend into your skin. Do it upwards. Just boop, boop, boop. Upwards. See how it looks? Good shape. You do the same thing at the bottom until it's blended. You go to the other eyebrow, do the same thing until it's blended. And you don't need a lot of product. This is a natural look, so you don't need a lot of product. Okay, so this is what it's given. I always like this shape more than this shape. I don't know, this eyebrow shape, this eyebrow area is always a problem child for me. So there. So this is what my eyebrows are giving right now. Okay, so that's the eyebrow. It's super quick, super simple. So now we're going to go to the next step, which is the face. Okay, so for your face, before you even do on any of these things, make sure your skin is hydrated. Like I already moisturized my skin and hydrated it, so it's looking bouncy. If your skin is dry, your makeup is going to look weird. I don't know how weird, but weird. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my Milk Hydro Primer. The type of primer you use is important. I have oily skin, so this one is hydro, but the way this primer works for me is that it doesn't make my skin super oily, so I kind of like it, and it kind of makes my makeup stay in place throughout the day. So I really do like this primer, even though it's a hydro primer. But if you have oily skin, you want to tailor your products to things that are going to make your skin look a little bit more mattifying when you have makeup on. And then if you have dry skin, you want to use things that are going to make your makeup look kind of glowy and radiant, if you catch my drift. So I'm just gonna, I broke mine. It's supposed to come out of this pump, but I broke it. So I'm just gonna put some on my hand. This is so hard because this is not how it's supposed to be coming out. All right, I have enough. So I'm gonna take this little amount and I'm going to sporadically spread it all over my face. And put all on my nose, all on my forehead, and then as you can see, it's already making my skin look super glowy. Because even though I don't know, even though I have oily skin, this doesn't make my skin look like rotisserie chicken. Okay, so I have just primed my face. Trying to lean into the camera so you guys can see. Prime my face all over. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Close it up. I need to buy a new one, but this has products in it and I don't want to waste it. So the next step is to color correct after eye prime. I have hyperpigmentation, so you see all these dark spots. So I try to color correct before I do anything else. If you don't have skin problems, then you should be fine to just go to the step after this one. But you know, even if you don't have skin problem, color correcting is pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and just open this up, and I'm gonna look at my mirror and I'm just gonna put it on all of my dark spots. I'm focused on mostly the really bad dark spots because they're really bad. And then I am going to use my mattifying spray. This is what I was trying to tell you guys. This is my setting spray. So I'm going to use my mattifying setting spray. Because I have oily skin, I usually do mattifying sprays. And I'm just going to spray it on my beauty blender and blend it into my skin. not blending it so much so that you can see the spots. I'm blending it so that it can lay on top the way it's laying, because I have another product that's going to go over it. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and use my skin tints because it's a natural makeup look. I'm going to use my skin tint, and I'm using the Pacifica Kind tint. I am using this one. It's natural coverage. So that's the one I'm using. I'm gonna shake it, and then I'm just gonna do drops on my face. So I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna, the four corners of my face. I'm not gonna do too much. You don't want to do too much because you want it to look natural, okay? Once again, this time I'm gonna grab a brush. I like applying my, oh, this one I took off with the brush. Alright. I like using a brush to apply my tints or foundation instead of a beauty blender. So I will take my mattifying spray again. This is for the oily girls. If you don't have oily skin and you have dry skin, use dewy or radiant setting sprays when you're doing this. This is my technique. This is what I do for my makeup. It doesn't apply to everybody. You may not like it. You may like it. I'm trying to wipe this off. So this is a tutorial. Use it to your transgression. So I'm just gonna spray it, and then I'm gonna start blending it into my skin. So I'm gonna blend it. Do not forget to bring your skin tint all the way down to your neck, because nothing is worse than you looking like two-toned, okay? Bring it in, even if it's your shade, still try to bring some of it into your neck just so you can look like a combined human, not a separate entity. So now, as you can see, it's not going to cover every imperfection because it's a natural look, and when you're natural, everything is not going to be perfect. Obviously, there are people on this earth who are made perfectly, so they don't need this. Or when they do this, their skin just looks like porcelain. Obviously, I have acne and stuff, so some of it's going to show through, and that's okay. That's part of the point, because the no makeup look. You want to look put together, but not like artificial. All right, so now that I've done that, I'm gonna go ahead and put my skin tint away, and the next thing is gonna be your concealer, and I'm going to use 2 shades of concealer, one dark, one light, to kind of highlight and play, like, kind of contour my face in a sense, but it's not going to be over the top where you're going to be like, oh, she's wearing makeup. And even for the concealer under my eyes, I'm going to use a shade that's super close to my skin, because once again, this is an everyday makeup, natural makeup. It's not like I'm going to a party or anything, so I don't need to be bright. I need to be subdued. So I'm going to take this concealer and I'm just going to go under my eyes, go in here, but you can still kind of see the difference between my skin tone and this lightness. It's a warmer tone. So you see how it kind of like takes away that shadow and kind of makes this looks like flat. So once I've done that, I will take, oh, and I forgot to do here. You highlight here as well, because these are the things, these are like wrinkled areas sometimes, so you want them to be highlighted. And I do right here, and I do right here, and then I take my darker shade and I do round those. So I want my cheekbones to look high, so I'm gonna wanna darken this area between the cheekbones so it can look darker and sunken in. I take the darker shade and just put it right here, and I want to put it around my head. Once again, not too much because it is supposed to look natural. And then you get your, this time I use a beauty blender, it's just easier that way. And I will spray my mattifying spray on there, and then I will do just that, blend it in. I'm gonna do the highlight first, because once you touch your dark tones, it's gonna like compromise the lighter shade. So you want to you do your highlighted parts first. When I do this part, I go even into my other eyes. I just blend it into my eye in general. And also don't forget, I forgot my nose, but don't forget your nose. So I'm gonna just put a line down my nose, and then take my beauty blender and just do the same thing in the sides on my chin. I also do my upper lip, but I forgot. Lip. So it's kind of all coming together, but I still don't look like I am wearing too much makeup. Okay, so then I'm gonna spray my thing again, and I'm gonna go into the darker parts and just do downwards. Bring it inward because you're trying to make a shadow. So bring it inward all the way around. And any area that's not blended with the lighter side, you want to get the dark side to go like in there and just help complete that area. Once again, don't forget to the back of your ear, because you don't want to look like two-tone Nancy. See, it still looks like me, it still looks like my skin. I don't look all super dolled up, still look very basic. Okay, even on the sides. Okay, and even though I have oily skin, I don't look too mattifying, which is what you want. You don't want to look too mattifying. Alright, so now that part is done, and I am going to like do a major highlight with my powder. I use my powder as like the main highlighter, and then I use my bronzer as like the main darkener. You will see. Alright, so shake it very well so you have enough at the top. I still look very natural, which is really important to me. Ooh, nice. So you see? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my baby beauty blender and I'm going to dip her in my powder, and I'm going to go under my eyes. And my powder is obviously super light, so it's going to give me that like super highlighter look, but without the commitment that the concealer would have given me. Here is the cool part. I'm going to take my brush and I am just going to brush the excess powder away, which will also kind of spread out. I'll spread it out all over my face to kind of make sure that my foundation is set. It's not a foundation, but my skin tints and all the concealers that I just put on is set. So I'm gonna start from the bottom. I always start from the bottom, but you can start anywhere you feel comfortable. No setting spray for this one. You're just dusting off your powder. And it's not all gonna go away, which is gonna give you a highlighting look. Alright, so now I just look super powdered up, which is why I was saying in the beginning, if you do have dry skin, when you get to this part, you're gonna look super caked up if you weren't using like a radiant or dewy kind of setting spray to do your products in, because now I look very caked and I don't even have dry skin. So I'm just gonna continue just buffering my powder into my skin, bring it down to the neck, and voila. Okay, so this part is done. So now I've set my skin, is all set. I've done my powder. You kind of see a little bit of highlight and a little bit of low light. Next step I'm going to do is bronzing. You have to use the shade that works for you. Bronzing can get a little bit more intimidating because you could end up looking like really succulent dark chocolate if you don't use the right tone. But you want to use a dark bronzer, darker bronzer, because this is where we're going to contour and give those high cheekbones and stuff like that. So let me show you. All right, I'm gonna take my brush that looks like this. Okay, I'm gonna take the brush that looks like this, and I'm gonna just dab. I'm gonna start slow. I'm gonna scope the scenery out, okay? I'm going to take it from the forehead. I'm gonna just bring it in. I always bring it in for some reason. I couldn't explain to you why. I just think it helps you give that natural look. I always bring it in, like from the top. Bring it in, pull it out. I don't know. Okay, and then I'm gonna right here where you put the darker concealer. You wanna just not too much, but you want it to be there. Like I said, it's natural, no makeup look. So if it's not a lot of products, that's fine. You want to bring it under the chin. Chances are the bronzer is going to be closer to your skin shade, so bring it down to your neck and do the same thing on the side. Just go into the cheek area where you put the darker concealer. Not too much. See, it's a little darker, sunken in. That's the look you're going for because it gives you that nice high cheekbone look. And then if you have a small brush, if you don't, then just pinch your thing together, dab, and then do the same thing for your nose. Bring it into the eyebrows. Okay, now for my nose area, I'm just gonna do this with my powdered brush because I don't want it to be too contoured because I want it to look super natural. So this is what the look is giving so far. I still look like it's my skin, which is really important for me because it's a no makeup look. Okay. So after I've finished bronzing all the bronzing, I'm probably gonna do a little bit of eyeshadow. Alright, so for my eyeshadow, I'm using the Pixie X Tina Young. Pixie X Tina Young. It's my favorite eyeshadow palette right now. Eyeshadow palettes last so long. Did I bring an eyeshadow brush? Did I not bring an eyeshadow brush? Ain't that some dumb stuff? That's crazy. I thought I did. Oh, shoot. Alright, well, I don't have an eyeshadow brush, so we're going to improvise. Because I'm not going back upstairs. So I'm just going to probably use my hands. This is not natural. I don't do this every day. I'm going to go in with like more shades that are to my color. But you always want to start with the lighter shade, then go in with the darker shade. So I'm going to start with this shade right here. I'm going to use my hands because it's going to look natural and I don't want to go upstairs to go grab a eyeshadow brush. I'm going to just do the lighter shade on. Use a brush if you have a brush. I don't have a brush. I'm going to use my hands. And so yeah. All right, so now that I've done that, so I'm gonna go in with my mascara. And all right, I'm gonna sit like this for a minute because I want it to dry, because I would hate to look up and then my mascara has marked my face. Ooh. Ooh. I don't know if it's shown on camera, but it's like my lashes look intentional now. Like intentional lashes. I would do it at the bottom, but the bottom is a little bit more dangerous, and it's all good. We don't need it down there. We need it up there. Okay. Now, for the fun part, my favorite part, which is blush. So, I am going to blush, even though it's a natural makeup look. I'm gonna look flushed because why not? I'm gonna go in and use this, and I'm gonna use this blush because this is currently my favorite blush. I'm gonna use this blush, and I'm just gonna put it on the cheekbones. So I'm gonna take enough. Don't take too much, but take enough. Just enough, and then I bring it all the way up to like my eyes, so I go like this. See? I did take enough. And I go like this. Don't be blush blind. Blush blind, you could look like a freaking scary cabbage patch doll. So don't be too heavy-handed with the blush. Just a little light tap. And I usually go around it, my eyes. Like, so you see blush, blush. Fine. Okay. Bring it in closer here. Bringing it closer here. And yeah. You can see it. You can see it there. And now I'm going to do my lips, and then I'll be done. I love brown lip liner, even though this one is so out. Oh, this was the best one. So I'm just gonna do a little bit. This time I'm not gonna do a lot because it's supposed to be looking natural. Okay, I'm supposed to be looking like I don't have makeup on. But I like brown lip liner, so even if I didn't have makeup on, I will have this on. Just a light touch, not so much. And then I'm just gonna go in with this pink lip gloss from, what is this from? Rimmel London. And I'm just gonna, and I'm going to just since I'm wearing pink. And then I will do like a cute juicy lip stuff. This one is Clean Fresh by CoverGirl. Clean Fresh Yummy Gloss by CoverGirl. Just gonna, and there. Final step is you're gonna take your setting spray. I start with my mattifying setting spray because once again I have oily skin, so I'm just gonna, I need to stop saying so I'm just. I don't know why all of a sudden that's like, why do you keep saying that? That's so weird. So I'm spraying this. Okay. I look crazy, but don't you worry. It's gonna work out. So I did the mattifying spray. Oh, what is this, honey? But I don't like how my skin always looks with the mattifying one. It just looks so cakey. So I always go in with a second one, which is my dewy spray. I will die by this spray. It just makes the makeup look so natural when it's all dried down and glowy and dewy, but like because of the mattifying spray, it doesn't look like I'm a rotisserie chicken. So I'm just gonna spray this. Not too much, just enough. And I'm gonna dry it down so it can dry faster. Okay. Now I always tie this down because chances are I've gelled my edges down. Hopefully they held up. If not, you know. So because I tied it down, I'm gonna have to untie it. Something happening in my eye area I don't like. Alright, so I'm gonna take my little bandana off so you guys can see the fit. Look, when this happens, I usually have a demarcation line, but I will show you how I fix that. Oh, I don't have a big one today. I just take my foundation brush and just pull everything into my head, like so. So that there's not like a big demarcation between where my hairline starts and where my foundation starts, or where my face starts. So this is to look. Let me try this some on. So this is my look. It doesn't look like too much makeup. So if I look too oily, all I have to do is use my blur stick before I go outside and just dab 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 where I think I'm too oily. Then it takes it away. I don't mind oily makeup. It looks the most natural to me. But too much oil is too much oil, period. It don't matter. So, yep. Voila! I still look like myself, but I have makeup on. So this is my no makeup look. Send it to the back. This is what it looks like. This is what it's giving. Let me come close. This is what it's giving. Don't know what this is. So this is what it's giving. This is what I look like. And yeah. So now I'm going to probably shoot another video. And then I'm going to go outside because I'm tired of sitting inside. So yeah. This is it. I like it. I think it looks very authentic to me, very natural, very not so much in your face. So I love it. But that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video up to this point. I am so appreciative of you guys. I hope you liked this little mini tutorial. I hope it's going to be helpful to all of my beginners. And if you're new and you watched to this point and you like the video, please go ahead and hit the like button. I'm not going to force you to subscribe just yet because this is your first video. But if you're an OG here and you have been watching me for a little bit and you've watched this video to this point and you have not subscribed, I am judging you. You I'm judging. The other people who are new, they're fine. But you, I am judging. Because what is the issue? Hit the subscribe button if you're OG. And then hit the like button if you liked this video. I can do more tutorials, but you guys, I am learning about makeup alongside with you. I'm not a huge makeup fan. I am just starting to get really into it this year. So we're learning together. Okay, so if you are going to request that I do a certain tutorial, just know it's coming from a place of naivety as well. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.